Ever since I was a kid, I was terrible at math. And I went to this grade school where one year what they decided to do was divide all the kids up into 2 different math groups, right, based on your abilities. And the first group that you could be in was called the Blue Angels. And it was named after the famous aviators. And the other group was called Group 2. Yeah. Oh, we were a swell bunch of kids in Group 2. The best part of it is we picked the name ourselves. The teacher was like, "What are we gonna call you, Group 2?" And we were like, bingo, you got it right.
He asked me most recently, he goes, "Cam, we're friends, right?" I was like, "Of course we're friends." He goes, "Would you take a bullet for me?" I was like, "From a gun? Are there bullets I'm unaware of?" First of all, you're overly confident in my ability to take a bullet. I'm built like drywall. Whoever's behind me is still gonna die. I'm not taking anything. Like shooting a ghost. Do you know how mad I'd be if I tried to be a good person and take a bullet for somebody and be like, "I'm a hero," and they still died? I'd be like, "I'm a good person." Did you still die? I could have just not got shot. Could have just grieved you.
So I woke up in the ambulance, and there's a paramedic, and he goes, "You just had a seizure." I was like, "Huh?" He goes, "You're about to have another seizure." I was like, "Ah," and I passed back out. Which is what a bizarre... The paramedic wanted to tell me the worst news in the least amount of words possible. You know, I mean, he really... What's happening? You just had a seizure. Now what's gonna happen? You're gonna have another! He's out, guys. It's fine. He knew what happened and then what was going to happen.
I'd be a lot better off if I would have studied more when I was growing up, you know? But you know where it all went wrong was the day they started the spelling bee. Because up until that day I was an idiot, but nobody else knew, you know? When the spelling bee day, popped up. All right, kids, up against a wall. It's time for public humiliation. Spell a word wrong, sit down in front of your friends. You know, that's great for little egos. Hey, look at me, I'm a moron. I wasn't even close. I was using numbers and stuff. That's why I admired that kid who spelled it wrong on purpose so he could sit down, you know? He knew he wasn't going to win, so why stand there for 3 hours? First round, cat, K-A-T, I'm out of here. Then as he passed you, I know there's 2 T's.
No one knows what makes us happy. Do you know what makes me really, really happy? I like looking after my nephew. He's 3. A lot of fun hanging out with a 3-year-old because you can teach him things and no one knows you did the teaching. Here is my gift from me to you. I taught my nephew to say this.
Yes. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
It makes anything creepy. That is the beauty. It couldn't have worked better. My sister came home. She's like, "Where's Mum's back? Do you want a bath?"
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
What have you done to my baby? I've made him better. Look at
You guys want to learn the worst thing you could say? I figured it out. If you're at a party and you actually are having a fun time, wait for there to be a lull in your little horseshoe of friends, statistically every 11 minutes. Then just look at them and go, "Oh man, this party is McDonald's." I'm loving it. That's it! That's the worst thing you can say. Feel how you feel right now? Violated.
She was cleaning, man. We got home. She was cleaning the whole house. Nobody had been in our house. Nobody was there. Nobody there. We got to, babe. We got to clean, sanitize. I go, damn, babe, it took a pandemic to get you to clean. Somebody had to threaten your life so that you will actually clean our house. That's amazing. And then every time I took a piss, did you hand sanitize? Did you hand sanitize? I told my son, I go, is this how she treats you? He goes, no, I listen.
Did you not give me a race car bet in high school? It was high school. What are you talking about? She didn't give me a race car bet in high school. It was 100% high school. Yeah, she thought it was a good idea, too. She was like, what do you want for your birthday? I was like, I don't even care, Mom, surprise me. Then she was like, surprise. And I was like, oh, snap. This is stupid. You got me a race car bet in high school. Who the heck buys a 21-year-old a race car bet? Who does that, man? No, I couldn't even bring my friends over. They make fun of me. Hey, preacher, how fast you go to sleep? Like, shut up, bro. You're corny. So annoying, man. I peed in that bed so many times. You have no idea. It was a lot. As a kid, you know, I'm just saying. I used to pee in the bed a lot. I used to wake myself up and pee in the bed, and I would just go back to sleep. I'd be like, too late now. It's already out there.
One of the dumbest arguments we ever got into was we were watching a basketball game, and in the third quarter, LeBron James had missed a dunk. He looked over at me, and he goes, ha! LeBron James sucks! I don't know how much you all know about LeBron James, but LeBron James got drafted out of high school at 17 years old. He was the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. He signed a $95 million contract with Nike. 3-time NBA champion, 4-time league MVP, youngest player to score 35,000 points ever. My friend Daryl has failed his driver's test 4 times. 4 whole times. Daryl sucks, okay? Yeah. Yep. I didn't even know you got to take the test 4 times. I thought after you failed the 2nd time, they were like, hey, you know what? Here's a $50 Uber credit. You don't get to drive anymore.
I tried to, I'm always like trying to lose weight. I had a thing that happened that I do. It was like, I gotta get it together. I go to the trunk of my car and I take my shirt off, standing there, no shirt. And this old man walks up and goes, Olivia? I had to turn, I was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? I'm sorry. And he was like, oh, sorry, honest mistake. And I was like, I don't know. He was looking for his elderly wife and saw me with no shirt on and thought that could be Olivia. I had a car that he does not recognize. I don't know who he disrespected more, me or Olivia, to be honest. I mean, we could both have a word with him.
I told my wife, she goes, well, when there's a cure, we need a vaccine, we need a cure. My wife loves essential oils. I said, well, what's going on with the essential oils? I mean, you say lavender helps me sleep. Why don't you get with your witches and see if you guys can open the essential oil book and come up with a vaccine?
I got booked on a corporate job in Missouri, but it was a morning show. So I had to fly in the night before on this little puddle jumper airplane into this remote airstrip at night. When we landed on the runway, we hit a deer with our plane. You can't make this up. And it killed the deer, it wrecked the engine. We had to evacuate the plane, but the plane was so small, it didn't even have slides. The flight attendant said, just step out. So they put us in a van, and they're busing us back to the terminal. And I'm laughing at this point, because this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I got back to the terminal, I called my wife, and I said, baby, you're not going to believe this. I go, we just hit a deer with our airplane. There was a pause on the other end of the line, followed by, oh my God, were you on the ground? I said, nope, Santa was making one last run.
My daughter does miss is she was starting to ride the bus, which was very fun. And when she first started riding the bus, we switched schools, and it was in 1st grade. We walked first day of school. We walked her to the bus stop. It was a very, very fun day. And then at the end of the school day, someone from the school called my cell phone. They have my wife's cell phone and they have my cell phone. So they called my cell phone and they said, hey, do you know what bus number your daughter's supposed to be on? And I said, I'm her dad. I was like, this is how you thought you saw a mom and dad cell phone and you said, I bet the dad knows. I mean, do you have parents? Were you raised with a family? Have you ever seen families out before? You thought, let's call the husband? I bet he knows. Unless there's two husbands, you should never call a husband a day in your life.
She's always late, my wife. I'm late. I can't find my keys. I'm gonna have to take your keys. Where are your keys? On the hook that says keys. That's where my keys are. Oh, she'll take my keys. Leave me at home trying to find her keys. 20 minutes later, I'll get a phone call from her. Oh, I have both sets of keys. I'm sorry. No, sorry people bring their husband their keys back. She's not coming back. I'm gonna tell you, she's gonna do whatever she has to do. Now let me tell you something, people, if I have both sets of keys, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I better bring her keys back. I could be a heart surgeon doing heart surgery. I'm like, fellas, I gotta go. But Dr. Trevino, if you leave, he'll probably die. Well, me or him, so.
Because of the success of those Subway restaurants, right? Those Subway restaurants are everywhere. I got one backstage in my bathroom. Subway. That was a bit of a disappointment, Subway, right? You're like, hey, Subway, eat fresh. And then you bite in and you're like, not so fresh. Not fresh at all. Even if you haven't been to Subway, you probably walked by and breathed in that bread exhaust they pump out. Ah, the smell of bread that was just baked in a dirty dishwasher. I don't know if it's making me hungry or concerned for the ozone. But I go to Subway, you know, and not just because it's fun watching a clinically depressed person throw together your sandwich. They make it right in front of us. You'd think they'd do it with a little bit of flair. You want mayonnaise? Sure.
I've lost hundreds and hundreds of hours of my life during quarantine to TikTok. Are any of you on that crack? Don't if you are not on it yet, because it is... I open it up in the morning, I scroll 3 times, I look outside, it's night, I have a long beard, I don't know where the time goes. I just lose all time. And here's the thing, TikTok, you know, it's 95% children dancing, right? But that's kind of what I love about it, is because I'm so impressed with how good children are at dancing now. That was not my generation. I never learned, none of my friends knew how to dance. I remember going to my first dance in middle school. I was walking towards the dance floor for the first time, and someone stopped me and was like, white kids can't dance. And that's what he told me, right to my, he literally put his hand against my chest, white kids can't dance. Which now I guess would be like a fucking hate crime in 2020, but not for me. That was the best stereotype I ever heard. I was like, oh, okay, perfect. I'll focus on drinking. And then that's what I've been doing.
You changed all our Wi-Fi passwords.
I did.
Why?
Security maintenance?
Did you just make that up?
I think so.
Okay, so you changed all 3 to new passwords.
Yes, I did.
Okay. The backstage Wi-Fi, the tour bus Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi at home.
That's correct.
Okay. And this time,
I made them passwords unusual so we would remember them, but they couldn't be guessed easily.
Great. Yeah, the 1, 2, 3, 4 was kind of stupid. No, I didn't do that. I know Brother Jay did, but he still forgot it.
Right.
Yeah. So what's the password for the Wi-Fi backstage?
I can't tell you.
What?
I can't tell you.
Why not? Why not what? Why can't you tell me?
Tell you what, the password. I just did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
Why not what?
Why can't you tell me?
I just did.
Are you insane? No, then what's the password?
I can't tell you.
Jerk! What, you're a big jerk. Why? I'm asking for one single password for our Wi-Fi backstage.
And you should have it.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
I hate you!
On the plane, they won't let you get up 30 minutes after you take off or 30 minutes before you land. I've been drinking, I have to pee. So we get to Salt Lake City, and I've got a bladder like out to here, and now I'm in an airport crammed with people who don't understand the phrase, I'm going to pee on you if you don't move, I'm going to pee on you if you don't move. And for whatever reason, my wife was just in one of these moves, she was just in my ear, just see, I guess it was a stress. She goes, did you get a rental car? I'm like, yes, I got a rental car. She goes, did you get one with a ski rack? I go, yes, I got one with, you know what, honey? Some days, I go the whole day without any of your help. Oh, that soothed it over. And my fuse is about that long. And I'm slamming our bags in the trunk of this car, and I slam her skis up in the rack, and the guy right in the car right next to me goes, you going skiing? I said, Nope, we put him on top of the car in case we flip over on an icy road. Here's your sign.
You ever think about what you'll do if Dad dies before you? He goes, no, I've never thought about this. And I go, well, I'm asking you, so think about it. And she goes, I would pray and I would hope to die the same day. I go, that'd actually be super convenient. Like, as far as planning the funerals and going over the will, if you can pull it off, I think we'd all be on board. My dad is sitting 2 feet away. He hasn't heard one word of the conversation. He's just in dad mode, checked out, staring at ceiling lights, you know, like, hey, Dad. Yeah! Jesus. I asked him the same thing. I go, hey, man, have you ever thought about what you do if Mom dies before you? And he goes, I like blondes and I like big tits.
That would be the best therapy for me. Hey, hey,
My daughter, I know she's last year, she wanted a dachshund puppy. Daddy, I want a dachshund puppy. I want a dachshund puppy. Hey, we ain't having no dachshund puppy in this house. We're having a fight for an hour. We're going at it. I want a dachshund puppy. No, no. Like, honey, I read dachshund puppies are terrible with children. She goes, you're terrible with children. That may be true, honey, but Daddy don't pee on the carpet. Just that one time, and that's before I knew Jesus, so that don't count at all.
People who were born in 2000 are now 40. Let that sink in.
Wait, hold on a second. I was born in 1991, which would mean, oh my gosh, I'm 49 years old!
It was the first time I ever had somebody bully one of my kids. I didn't respond well. This is what I took my older son to a park. He was 2.5. The cutest little fucking kid. And he walks into the park, and he walks up to a playground set. And as he walks up to it, he steps on it, and an older kid, meaning 4, he goes, you can't play with that. That's mine. And I go, I'll kick your chest through your back. And he goes, what? And I go, I'll stomp you out right now.
I can see clearly when you're on my side. No, I can see.
Train this chicken to talk. Let's see. What's a male deer? Bark. How much is 200 pennies? Bark, bark. This is stupid. It gets better.
It gets way better, Susan.
If Tampa Bay beats the Green Bay Packers, I have to buy him lunch. Well, a bet's a bet, so it's now time to pay up. Okay, well, you won, RJ.
Thank you, Tom. You're the man. You're the GOAT.
So we're here at Pokey Pokey, and let's get our Pokey on.
Tastes good? Tastes like victory.
Okay.
I saw a girl carrying a hamster, so I asked if I could pet it, but it was actually a muffin, so I'm on my way to jump off a cliff now.
Yeet. I have no idea what I'm doing. Life is really hard. I just want to sleep, oh yeah. And eat some snacks in my bed. Life was so simple when I was a baby. Can I just be a baby? I just want to sleep.
You want a beer? He's 4! I don't know, what am I supposed to do with him?
He got himself a lift without any hesitation. Driver said, where are you going? I don't have a destination. He said, that's pretty weird. Why would you order a car if you don't know where you're gonna go? Are you stupid or something? What the f is wrong with you?
Am I boring? Sure. Social skills? None. But I'm loyal if you feed me, and I will never leave you because, well, I need the food.
I play this game with my friends where whenever one of us gets a spam call, you don't hang up on them. You see, how fast can you make them hang up on you? Oh, I would love to take a survey. Let me get on the toilet real quick. Well, tie him up. Don't let him get away. Hello? You're from AT&T, huh? Well, what are you wearing?
But think about that song. Do you hear what I hear? It's Psycho. Who wrote that? Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy. I think the shepherd boy's been in the field a little too long, don't you? Talking to the sheep. Nah. Really? Nah. Oh. We got to tell the mighty king. Gets worse, they go to the mighty king. You know. A child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. How about a blanket? How about some soup? Child shivered in the cold. Throw some gold on him, he'll be fine. He's got pneumonia, but he's loaded. That kid is gonna be some.
You can't tell anybody you're sick anymore, can you? You're not even allowed to feel bad at all, right? COVID has all the symptoms. You're like, I got a stomach ache. They're like, that's COVID, dude. Yeah, they just added that last week. Yeah, that's a symptom now. You know what I mean? Like, you remember when we used to, like, be nice to people that were sick? Now we hate them, right? We're like, get out of here, man. You're going to get us all killed. Like, remember when people used to sneeze and we would be like, bless you? That's how. We're like, bless me, and then get out of here. You know what I mean? It's serious, I guess. I don't know. People say it is. Sometimes I don't believe it exists, and then somebody coughs on the same aisle as me, and I'm like, well, I got it.
But there are similarities between the kids and the seniors. I mean, they both have their own special menu at restaurants. You've got to worry about both of them with drugs, because it's not just the teenagers. Seniors get a hold of some good stuff. The last time we were at my in-laws, I made the comment that my sinuses were kind of stopped up, and my mother-in-law said, do you want to stop the sniffles or not feel your head? She opens up her purse and pulls out this little bag. It looks like it's full of Skittles. And grabs this tiny green pill, and she said, say hello to my little friend. I took that pill. I woke up 2 days later laying in the backyard talking to Elvis. She's at the door going, get up, you baby. I take 4 of those and go to the grocery store.
She was like, Daddy, juice. I said, no, you had enough juice, go get some water. And she looked at me. She was like, juice. And I looked at her, who the fuck you think you talking?
I feel like I'm a dumb guy, and I think I'm fine with it. Yeah. I'm not trying to get any better. Like, I don't read. I'm proud of that. In fact, I've never read a book in my life. Yeah. Everything that comes out of here, all originals, baby. I've had enough of people that read, all right? Yeah, if you read, F you, dude. Everybody that reads is a jerk. When I tell them that I don't read, they get mad. They're like, oh, you don't read? What an idiot. I don't get mad at you for not doing stuff I like to do. Ugh, you don't know the rules to cornhole? What an idiot. Everybody that reads, they have that saying where they're like, hey, don't judge a book by its cover. I judge all books by their covers. I'm like, that looks like a book. No thanks.
Crocodile Hunter. I give him a lot of love, a lot of credit, but you know, people go,
it's such a loss to the nature community, you know. He taught us so much about nature.
Crocodile Hunter, no, come on, every episode. Hey, all you doing? Look over there, right there. It's a tiger. That tiger weighs 800 pounds and it could kill a man in 10 seconds. I'm gonna touch it. Hi, tiger. Oh, he's angry. He's angry. next episode. Hey, that's a king cobra, the most venomous snake in all the planet. One bite and I'm dead. I'm gonna pick it up. He's angry!
I am not what you would call a role model. I have 3 nephews under the age of 5 who are insane for Sesame Street. And I can do the voice of Elmo. I get those nephews to do stuff for me like they were my own personal Sesame Street servants. It's awesome. I'm like, hey, do you want to be Elmo's friend? Yeah. Hey, do you want to do something for Elmo? Hey, go get Elmo a beer. Go get him a beer! Yeah! You got Elmo a beer! Elmo loves you.
I recently found out what my grandfather's favorite game of all time is. I always thought it was the poker. That was poker. And so he was like, Cam, let's play my favorite game. So I was like, all right, I'll go get the cards. He goes, no, my favorite game. I was like, first of all, why'd you say it like that? I was like, that was real ominous, okay? I did like that. And he goes, I want to play my favorite game. Turns out my grandfather's favorite game of all time is called Why I Hate Your Generation. Yeah. Some of you know the game. He's amazing. He's undefeated. He's never lost. He's great. He brings up good points. I can't even lie. There's good points. He's like, Cam, you young guys, you just don't get it. You don't understand what it was like. Back in my day, we used to be able to go down to the record store and get a record for a nickel. I was like, wow. You guys used to pay for your music? I was like, that's crazy, Pop. I don't know how y'all made it out.
You have to stop eating cows. I'm a cow.
Got milk?